Good morning, everyone. In the previous session, I explained about consumer as individuals, how they behave when they want to purchase a product or a service, when they want to consume any product or service, what kind of behavior they reflect. And then I explained about consumer needs. What is the trio of consumer needs? And I explained about the various characteristics of consumer needs. In this session, I am going to explain the types of consumer needs. Now, on the screen, you can see that these are the various types of needs. So, there are around 10 or 12 types of needs. Okay. Now, the question arises, how we have come to a conclusion that these are the various categories or types of needs. What is the basic foundation upon which these types of needs are created? So, usually what happened, the philosophers, the authors, those who were want to get involved in the study of consumer behavior, they analyzed the different elements of consumer behavior. And all of them came to a conclusion that the needs of a human being can be divided into two basic or major categories. Now, these two categories are utilitarian and hedonic needs. Utilitarian means, why do we purchase a product? The basic question arises when we consume or purchase a product. Why do we actually purchase a product? Simple, because it has certain uses, because it has certain utility. Let us take an example of a washing machine. Why a person purchases a washing machine? Obviously, to wash the clothes in less amount of time with less effort. That is the basic utility of a product. Why do we purchase refrigerator? To keep the food, the fruits, vegetables, everything fresh for more than, like, for a few number of days. So that is the basic use of a product. So whenever we purchase a product, we require a product because we want some kind of use from it. We want to use it in some way because it has certain kind of utility. So that is one kind of need. Another one is hedonic. Hedonic need means we as human beings, we purchase and consume many products and services which may not be necessary to us, but we purchase and consume because it gives us some kind of satisfaction and pleasure. For example, a rich person would like to buy an expensive car just to show his status, just to maintain his status in the society. They will purchase an expensive car, even if they can survive, or they can use a less expensive car also, but they want to invest in a luxurious car because that will reflect their status and position in the society. Same way, we purchase many goods and services, many products and services which gives us certain kind of satisfaction and pleasure. So on the basis of these two major categories, these types of needs were developed. Okay, so the first type of need is physiological need. So what is physiological need? So as a living being, what do we need to survive? First of all, the first thing that will come to your mind is that food. Without food, nobody can survive. Water, shelter, and other basic necessary items. So these are the needs, these are the fundamental types of consumer needs. Without satisfaction of these needs, we simply cannot survive. So in order to live, in order to survive, we need to satisfy our physiological needs. Now, the companies are supposed to provide us certain products and services which will satisfy our physiological needs. So, there are many companies which manufacture variety of food materials, foods, packaged food, beverages, cold drinks, juices, or we can also take example of restaurant which provide us food. Even if we don't want to cook someday, we can order it, we can go to a restaurant and consume food. So that is the solution of our physiological need. Food. Water, that is also, like I said, many companies are involved in the production of different kinds of flavored drinks in order to satisfy the physiological needs. So These are the basic needs which needs to be satisfied. We have to fulfill our physiological needs to survive. Simple. But is it just food and drink? Does it only involve 2 or 3 elements like food, drink, shelter, etc.? It also involves sleep. Now, as a human being, we need to sleep for certain number of hours to keep us healthy, to keep us fresh, to have a proper stability of mind. We need sleep. So, how companies are supposed to provide us product in order to sleep? So, sleep is a natural thing. We can sleep at any moment of time. So how does company provide us, how does company will satisfy this physiological need? So many companies have started producing product which will give a better sleep to the human beings, better sleep to the consumers, like different types of beds, mattresses. These are the things that are going to help a person to sleep in a better way. So, like I said, based on our physiological needs, many companies keep on trying to produce variety of products, variety of services which will help us to fulfill our physiological needs. Okay. Now, because of these needs, many companies also get involved in creative and innovative product. They create innovative product. Like I said, like sleep, we can sleep at any moment of time. When we feel asleep, we can go to sleep. But why do we need a better bed or a mattress or a good environment or a AC in order to sleep? So these are the products which are created to enhance, to provide us some kind of enhanced product to satisfy our physiological needs. So basically physiological needs are the basic needs to in order to survive. These needs are to be fulfilled so that the human beings can survive. Okay. The second type of need is safety and health need. Now we can say that there are various types of threat that put our health and safety at risk. Now, if we take example of present scenario, we are going through a pandemic, and because of that, whenever we need to go out, we have to put a mask on our face in order to protect us from the COVID-19 virus. So that is the safety need. We will be at risk if we don't use mask outside our house. So that is the risk that we face. So in order to protect ourselves, we put a mask on our face. And due to this requirement of human beings, this requirement in the present situation, many companies have started manufacturing variety of masks with different types of quality, with different level of quality. So they have started manufacturing masks. Many companies have also started manufacturing sanitizers, because when we go out, soaps and water will not be available with us. So in order to keep our hand clean, free from virus, we use alcohol-based sanitizers. So many companies have started manufacturing these products in order to satisfy our needs. At present, so we give more importance to our safety. So these are the two important things that we require to keep ourselves safe. So this is an example based on the present situation. Okay. So usually what happens, because of various types of threat, whether threat to our health, whether threat to our threat to our health, we consume variety of products, various types of products. So safety needs motivates consumers to purchase different types of products. One example I have given, firearms. Now suppose you are living in a remote area where you suspect that there may be attack of some kind of people. People keep a firearm in order to protect themselves from thieves, from robbers. Okay. So that is one device which is necessary for protection, to protect ourselves. So emergence of these new types of safety needs has led to creation of various types of product. Like the example I gave, manufacturing masks and sanitizers. That is the basic requirement at present situation. So when new types of risk arises, companies come with various types of products that provide us safety, that is concerned with our health needs. Okay. So, like I said, the emergence of new types of safety needs has led companies to create different types of products. Like nowadays, we install CCTV camera in our houses to keep our surroundings safe, to know who is coming into our house, or who is coming without permission into our house. So there are various security devices which we purchase to keep our house safe. Now take example of our mobile and laptop. Nowadays everyone does some kind of financial work through their laptop. We do internet banking, we do different types of transaction from our phones and from our laptop. So in order to keep our phones and laptops, our gadgets safe, we purchase antiviruses and different types of other products like that, so that our laptop, our data can be safe from hackers or people who want to steal our data. So these are the various types of risk which we face on a regular basis, and in order to keep us in order to keep ourselves safe, we purchase antivirus, we purchase security cameras, and we purchase variety of items. So with emergence, with the increase in the level of needs, there is also increase in a level of different variety of products which are meant to keep us more and more safe. Okay. Now let us move to the third type of consumer need. The third type of consumer need is the need for love and companionship. Now, as a human being, we always want to get associated with a group of people, and we want people around us to know us, to love us, to understand us. So as a human being, we cannot survive alone. We want to become part of a group. When we are part of our family, we love our family members. We want our family members to love us. When we go to school, colleges, we get associated with classmates, schoolmates, college students and others. So we get along, or we come into contact with various number of people, and we become friends with them, we socialize with them, we understand with them, we share our emotions and feelings with them. So that is also one kind of need, the need for love and companionship. Now, how do companies are supposed to satisfy this need? Because if we love our family will love us back. So what is the role of a company in this situation? How a company is supposed to increase the level of love within the family, increase the level of affection within the family. So when we want to give someone some kind of gift to show our affection, in that point of time, we need such kind of companies which will provide us various options through which we will show our emotions, we will show our affection to our family members, to our friends, to our relatives, to everyone who we want our, to who are very important for us, who are very important part of our life. So many companies provide such kind of products, gift items. For example, you will see that there are many kinds of days celebrated, like Mother's Day, Father's Day. So in order to show our love to our parents or friends, we purchase cards, and certain kinds of things will be mentioned on the card to show our love and affection. So these are the certain things which companies get involved, they manufacture, so that we can show our emotions to the people whom we love, whom we want to become part of our life. Okay, like the example I have given here, chocolates, flowers. So this is a huge business. This is a huge business which is created on the basis of the requirement of love, affection and companionship. So if you want to show our emotion to someone, we can purchase a gift, we can purchase a bouquet, or we can purchase some chocolates to give it to our friend, wish them on their birthdays. So these are the things that are required. So even if we love a person, even if we love our family members, in order to show our love, we need a company to manufacture some kinds of products which will help us to show the actual love and affection we have for our family members, for our friends. So that is the need for love and companionship. Okay. So the next type of need is Need for financial resources and security. So financial resources means what? I'll just give a simple example. After your education, you will start doing a job, you will earn money, you will start a family. But after a point of time, you won't be eligible to work because you will reach the retirement age. And after the retirement age, you won't be having any kind of source of income. So there will be many financial problems. So in order to have some kind of security after retirement, what a person needs to do? The person needs to invest in a pension scheme. So even after retirement, the person will have regular income till he or she is alive. So that is the need for financial resources and security. So as human beings, most of us use money to satisfy our needs, whether it is physiological needs, whether it is safety need, whether it is the need for love and companionship. We want money to purchase food. We want money to purchase water. So these things, many of our needs are satisfied with money. And after a particular point of time, after the age of the retirement, after when we get retired, we won't be having the source of income. So in that point of time, we have to prepare in advance. We have to prepare in advance regarding pension scheme and different types of scheme, like a family. Now usually when you see an advertisement of a life insurance, what they show, that after you being the head of a family, when you leave this world, what will happen to your family member? So that is the question which arises. In order to at least give some kind of financial security to the family, the head of the families do a, or they purchase a insurance policy, life insurance policy, in order to protect their family, in order to give some kind of financial resources after the person. So these are the resources, these are the needs which are fulfilled by various insurance companies, various other companies, which gives us some kind of financial security. So like I said, life insurance policy, nowadays we have health policies also. Now in this situation, in the COVID situation, we have certain health policies which gives us security, which gives us protection from these kind of expenses that occurs in when we get so when a person gets infected by COVID-19, certain kind of insurance cover this area also. So the expenses will be covered by the insurance company. So insurance companies provide many schemes that provide financial security to the people in one way or in the other way. So that is the need for financial resources and security, which is fulfilled by various insurance companies. Okay, and to some extent banks also provide us some kind of security, because we deposit money in a particular bank, so that keeps our money safe. They provide us certain kind of interest, so it increases from time to time, and it is also safe and secure in the bank if we deposit money in any particular bank. So this is the need for financial resources and security. Okay, so the next type of need is social image need. Now this need is very important nowadays. Everyone is concerned about their image in the society, whether we are young, whether we are old. So everyone wants to have a social image. Now what is a social image and why we are so much concerned about it? So social image is something that we want others to see how we are actually. So we want others to have a particular image of ourselves in their mind. So for example, a person wants to be seen by others as a successful and rich person, not a person who comes from a poor family background. So he or she wants other people to remember him as a rich person, as a successful person. He does not want to be remembered a person who came from a poor family. So that is our personal concern, that we want, how we want to be remembered, what kind of image we want to have in the minds of the other people. So now the second point that you can see, that It depends on how a person wants to be seen by others, how we want others to see us. So that is the social image need. Now, the third point here says that advertising reminds that possessions define what we actually are. Now, like I said, why a rich person purchases a luxurious car? Why not a simple car with less amount of money involved, like 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs? Why to purchase a car which is like in crores? They want to show that the car actually represents who they are. You will see there are many collectors who purchase one category, one type of products. There are coin collectors, there are stamp collectors. There are also people who purchase antiques at a very high price. So these are the things, these are the possession. They think that their belongings, their possessions represent their personality, represent their social image. That's why they spend a large amount of money on their possessions. Okay. So many companies with their advertisements encourage consumers to purchase their products because they think that their products will contribute to the status, to the social, contribute towards the social image of the consumer. Okay, so the last point that you're seeing is that conspicuous consumption. What does it mean? It actually describes the purchase, the consumption of a product which is based on a fact, that based on a belief that our products that we possess, that we consume, actually reflects what we are, actually reflects our image, our status, what we want others to show. The second point which is mentioned, that how we want to be seen by others. So this conspicuous consumption actually reflects or actually takes place because we want others to see us in that way which we think that we want to show ourselves. Like we want to show the high status of a particular person, that particular person would like to buy an expensive watch. For example, I want to be seen as a person who is extremely rich and has a huge amount of money, property, extremely successful. So according to me, I think that a Rolex watch will show that image to the society, show that image of myself to the society. But if I will wear a watch which is less expensive, take example of Timex. Now Timex watch is not going to reflect that image of the person. So if you want to show your money, your status to the society, you need to have a expensive, you need to have a luxurious product, not a product which can be purchased by anybody, because you want to show that I possess this unique item and this makes me unique, this makes my status better than the others. So that is the point of view behind any kind of conspicuous consumption. Okay, like the example I gave, why do people conduct auction of rare items? Why do people collect rare items? Because they think that this collection, this possession will reflect their status in the society. Okay, so that is the requirement, or we can say that social image need. Okay, the next one is need for pleasure. Now, as human beings, we want to have some kind of entertainment in our life, some kind of fun in our life. Otherwise our life will be we can say a very boring or routine. It will not have any kind of change. So we need some kind of entertainment, excitement and fun in our life. So how we are supposed to satisfy these needs? Like we can watch TV, we can go to movies, we can go to amusement parks to have fun, to have a good day. We can go to a movie or we can watch anything on the internet. So these are the things which entertain us, which makes our life more filled with excitement. Okay, so that is the need for pleasure. Okay, now but people what gives a pleasure to a particular person does not mean that the same thing will give same level of satisfaction to other. Some people want to have different varieties of food. That is the actual thing that gives them pleasure. Some people want to travel the world. That gives them pleasure. So in order to get pleasure, every person needs to get the things which gives them pleasure. So companies really have to understand the requirement of each and every consumer in order to produce a product which will satisfy this particular need of all the consumers. A particular product which provides pleasure to one consumer may not provide the same level of pleasure to other. Like there are many people who go to or who get themselves involved in different kinds of stunts. They go for bungee jumping, skydiving, that kind of things give them, or they get entertained by that. They want to live their life in that way. But some people are really scared of these kind of things, so they go for other kinds of things. They travel the world. They simply be at home, watch TV. Some people are more into the gaming. Like there are different types of games available. So different people get pleasure from different types of product. So that is the need for pleasure. So in order to satisfy these variety and various types of need, different companies come up with different ideas. Like I said, some people get happy when they get different kinds of food. Some people like Chinese food, some people like Indian food. So these kind of different things give them certain kind of pleasure. Okay. So the next type of need that we are going to discuss is need to possess. Now, people possess expensive items even if they don't need them. So that is why do we purchase an expensive item even if we don't want them, even if we don't use them? That is the need to possess. Like the example I gave. Why do collectors invest a large amount of money in purchasing antiques product or antique items? Because they think that our personality, our requirement is in those products. They want to show their possessions to the world. They want to invest more and more money in purchasing some kind of collective item which are very rare. They want to have some kind of items which are rare, which is not available everywhere. So that is the need for possess or need to possess. Okay. The next point here says that some product provide comfort or they are important for survival. So usually what happens, why we possess a product? Because we need the product, because we need to survive. That gives us some kind of comfort to us. I'll give an example. You're sitting on a wooden chair. It won't be much comfortable to you. You won't feel comfortable in a wooden chair. But if you sit on a sofa or a leather or any kind of other material which will provide you comfort, you will be more relaxed. So that is the comfort level of a person. So you buy a product in order to be more comfortable in your life. Why do we purchase air conditioners? Because as we are living in an environment which is the temperature is rising day by day, and we want to live in a cool environment, so we purchase air condition. So when we come to home from a extremely we can say high temperature environment, we want to sit in our house we want to have a cool room in our house. We want to get that kind of facility. We want to get that kind of comfort in our house. So that's why people purchase air condition. So we purchase a product because either it is required for our survival, or we require the product to make our life more and more comfortable. Okay. And there are also other categories of people like the collectors who purchase items which have historical significance. Okay, I'll give an example. When there was a time in I don't remember the particular year and the date. In UK, some of the items of Mahatma Gandhi was in auction. So they were auctioning some of the personal items of Mahatma Gandhi. So what Vijay Mallya did, he went to the auction and purchased most of the items. So he said that according to him, he said that these products actually belong to India, and it must stay within the India. In order to honor the country, I have purchased the product. So that was the thing that he mentioned. That is his personal choice. Many people purchase antique items, expensive and rare items, just because they want to have the possession of those items. Okay, so that is the need for possess. Okay, so these are the some of the types of needs. Okay, in the next session, I am going to explain the remaining, that is need to give, need for information, and need for variety. So these are the three types of needs which are left, which I am going to explain in the next session. In the next session also, I am going to start a new topic, that is motivation. So I am going to explain how a consumer gets motivated. I am going to also explain the motivational, one of the most important motivational theory, or a theory of motivation, that is Maslow's hierarchy theory. So in the next session, I am going to explain all these things. So that's it for today. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.